Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Madison, and today I'm going to be doing a first impressions on the new, or not new, new-ish Fenty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blushes. I've been dying to get my hands on these, and I finally went and did it. I got 3 colors, and I do a full hand swatches as well as swatches on the cheek. Spoiler alert, I really loved these. I think they are really amazing, and I can't wait to show you guys. So if you are interested in these blushes, if you haven't picked them up yet because you're not sure on the colors, or if you do have them but you haven't really worn them because you're just not sure about the pigment or the formulation, then just keep watching.
Alright, so it's me from the end of the video. I realized one of my clips just got deleted, and I was just wanting to go over some of the basic facts about these Fenty products. So I'm just going to read from the Sephora page the information they give as well as pricing. So the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush. It is a light as air, non-greasy cream blush that instantly melts into skin for a wash of color and natural looking flush in 10 easy to use sheer shades. This product is vegan and cruelty free, and they all retail for $20. So obviously I give my thoughts into the video, but I just want to touch on obviously the shade range is amazing. It ranges from pinks to purples to oranges to reds, which I think is amazing, as well as a little bit more some more neutral brown berry tones. And I think the light as air non-greasy cream claim is really important. A lot of cream products, they do get kind of cakey, and this is kind of why in the industry we haven't seen a lot of cream products until now. There's been a major reformulation and like imagination of how people create these products. When I first started makeup, when I first started YouTube, cream products were pretty much unheard of. Cream shadows, cream blushes. I can even remember when I first started getting into makeup, I used those Maybelline Dream Bounce blushes. They were like a putty formula, and people hated them. They didn't like them. The formula just wasn't there. Cream products ended up looking kind of chalky or greasy, and that just wasn't the vibe. It wasn't the vibe. Matte skin was what everyone was about before, and then also the formulation just wasn't there in cream. So I think these products, these Fenty blushes, are a good standard of what makeup has become, because this was not the norm, and makeup is definitely changing. Obviously, makeup is fun and it's about being yourself and doing what you want, and no rules. I like to have no rules in makeup. And so obviously, if you love matte, if you don't want creams, you just like powders, that is still beautiful. Everyone loves that. There's never going to be no matte products on the market. I mean, there's just so many things you can do with makeup, especially formulating makeup. So I think it's awesome that we're kind of creating new ways of painting the face, and I think it's amazing. I love it. So I just wanted to add that in. All right, let's cut back to past Madison getting into things.
So I have 3 shades of the Fenty blushes, and first can we talk about how cute they are? Like, let me try to find. So this is the bronzer compared to the blush. They're itty tiny bitty, so cute. I think a lot of people were a little bit upset also about the size, but I feel like once you get this product or you see it in store and swatch it, you start to understand a little bit, because these, from what I can tell just swatching them, are incredibly pigmented but also can be really sheared out, so they're perfect for really anyone. As usual with Fenty, their shade range is amazing. If you look at these on the Sephora website and you see the model photos, like when you keep scrolling to look at swatches and stuff, the models range from very, very pale to extremely deep skin tone, and most of the colors are shown on all, like, light, medium, and deep. So it is really impressive. Like, there were some colors here that I was like, well, I don't think this would match everyone, but if you keep scrolling through those photos, you can see like they'll sheer it out completely for someone with really fair skin, and then they can be built up to this beautiful, bright color that really stands out on the darker skin tone. So Fenty, I don't know how they do it. They're amazing, and they're whatever brand should strive to be. No one should feel excluded from an awesome product launch like this, so I think it's amazing, truly. So the colors that I have here are Rose Latte. So this one is kind of a deeper rose brown. I have Bikini Martini, which is a bright bubblegum pink. This kind of reminds me of like a Nicki Minaj pink. And then we have Summertime Wine. Sorry, these are kind of hard to open without nails. Which is a berry, like mid-tone berry color. A little bit on the deeper side, but beautiful. So I am going to start just swatching these on my arm. Usually I would do it on this arm, but you can see, I burnt myself earlier with a curling iron, so this arm will have to do. Alright, so I guess I'm just going to go from lightest, to darkest with the swatches. Alright, so we have Bikini Martini. I'm just going to do a little bit of a rub like that. That's what it looks like on my finger. I'm not trying to flip anyone off. This finger has something else on it. Alright, and then we're going to swatch it on my hand. That's like initially, but these blend out so beautifully. You can see on my hand, it just like gives like this whisper of pink. I know my skin tone's a little pink, so I'll kind of build this one up so you can really see it. Alright, so that is Bikini Martini blended out, and then let me just do a nice little. Alright, so that is that one. It is a beautiful color. I feel like a lot of people are going to look at this color and be like, oh, why did she put that in the range? It's so bright, it's so Barbie. But you can see blended out, and that's why I got it, because on the model that was similar to my skin tone, it looked just like baby pink, beautiful flush on her cheeks, and that's what I really wanted. So you can see beautiful color, not as bright as it looks. It's not as intimidating as it, initially is like pink. So really love that so far from the swatch. I am going to be applying these all on my cheeks. So I want to do cheek swatches. I feel like that's important because that's where it's ultimately going. So I will just wipe off in between. I'm going to let everything dry and everything set just like it is right now, just so we don't have any difference in an application or anything. I am going to be using my e.l.f. stipple brush for this. I'm sure you could go in with the Beauty Blender as well, but this is how I prefer to use cream products, especially if they're more bright like this. I feel like this brush gives you a good amount. So this is what it looks like on the brush. Again, very pink. I'm just going to dab a little off. And let's see. Yeah, these are incredibly sheared in a good way. I feel like all of the colors are really bright. So I feel like you want them to be a little bit sheer so you can blend them out and build them up as you please. So I am building them up a little just because I want you to be able to see. I don't want the lights to blind it out. So I'm just stippling it on and then kind of buffing. I really liked in the promos photos too that all of the models had it like blown out on their cheeks. It wasn't just like a little, oh, here's my blush. It was very blown out. So I'm just going to do a little bit on my nose as well. Alright, so I feel like that's really pretty. Hopefully it's showing on camera. But that is the Bikini Martini color on my skin. These are incredibly easy to blend. I feel like they keep their creaminess, so you're able to work with them and not just have it dry down in the one spot that you applied it, which I feel like is really important. There's a lot of liquid and cream formulas that dry down instantly, and so you're left with like kind of like awkward brush marks or awkward like little dots from beauty blenders or your fingers because it dries down so instantly. But these really give you some time to work. I am going to have to update you in future videos about wear time as well, but from what I can tell, they seem like a very good formula. Like on my hand already, they seem like a really good formula. It doesn't feel overly sticky or anything. I always feel a little bit tacky because I don't like to set my makeup, but they feel just like my normal skin right now. It doesn't feel extra goopy or anything. So I do have high hopes for lasting power, but I feel like this color is so beautiful, especially if you're someone more into cooler tone makeup looks, or if you're fair like me and you just like a little pop of pink, this is perfect. Alright, so the next Next one I have is Summertime Wine, which I love this name. I was a little hesitant to get this one because they had another shade that was a little bit more of a berry tone and it looked lighter with the swatches. But this one just looked so beautiful on the models. Again, that's what really sold me on these products, that I had to get this one, and I'm really glad I did because it looks beautiful. Alright, so let me try to get it for a finger here. Alright, so that's it right there. Really beautiful deep red color. I'll start with just a plain swatch, and then we'll kind of blend it out. Sorry if this is not as good of a swatch as the other. Okay, I'll do. So you can see, again, this one blends out beautifully. It's on my knuckles, so it's kind of awkward. But really pretty, kind of more of a, I would say it's a perfect berry shade. It has more of that strawberry tone, which I love. I feel like this, again, is going to look so beautiful on so many skin tones. I mean, we can see from the promos that obviously it does. It'll probably look like a little bit more of like a deeper, like flush on lighter skin tones, and then a little bit brighter, but more of that, just you pinched your cheeks color for darker skin tones, which I love. I think this is a beautiful color. I feel like everyone should have a berry blush in their collection because it does really look natural, especially if you like, I don't want to say sunburned, but that's kind of a trend this year where we like to have that really natural blush that almost looks like the sun, just hit your cheeks and like the middle of your nose. And I feel like this color really mimics that. So I'm excited. Again, I wiped off my brush before I do each one. I don't want to cross-contaminate any of the colors, just for the pureness of this video. So I'm going to take it on this, a little bit off my hand, and let's go. So this one is going to be a little bit brighter on my skin tone, but if it blends anything like the other one, I think it'll be fine. I am going to blend it a little on my nose just because I like that, and that's how kind of they were on the Sephora website, and I really thought that was so pretty. It kind of looks cute. I like. Oh wow. Okay, so that is the Summertime Wine, and I feel like that is just, it looked a little bright at first, but I feel like that is like the prettiest natural blush. Like it looks like makeup, but it's such a natural color. And again, I think this is just going to work beautifully on everyone. So that is the Summertime Wine. Let me show you this side again. The Bikini Martini versus this. So this does pack a little bit more of a punch, whereas this one is a little softer, but I love this one. I think this is my favorite. It might be just because I like it with my eyeshadow today, but wow, that's beautiful. Alright, and finally we have the shade Rose Latte. I do believe this is the deepest tone they have in the range, but again, I don't think this line is one of those ones where it's like, here's the blush for fair people, here's the blush for medium people, here's the blush for dark, and here's the blush for deep. I think that all of these colors are meant to be worn however you would like them. If you are more fair or you just prefer more of a natural, very just kiss of blush, you apply them very sheerly. If you are deeper skin tone and you want some of those lighter shades, you want that life, really bright pop, then you just apply any of the shades, and I think they all are meant for everybody, which I love the inclusivity. There's so many times when I go online or go into a store and I see these new lines of face products and I love them, and there are some products that I think I prefer the shades that are meant for deeper skin tones, but they're formulated so one way that you're not able to use it. And I'm sure, like, I know that my deeper skin friends, I know y'all struggle with that. I know you don't always want the same tones, and a lot of times these brands come out with the same tones for the same skin tones. For your lighter people, you're going to have pink. For the medium, peach. And for darker, it's going to be more of a berry or brown. And that's not what we all like. We love makeup. We love all the colors. So sometimes you want to have fun. I think this line is meant for us to have fun, and it's meant to include us all. So love Rihanna, obviously. Alright, anyways. Last one. Let me just wipe off my fingers a little better. Okay. Rose Latte. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Here is the Intense Swatch. So it is a little bit more of like a rosy brown color. Kind of reminds me of the Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb, which everyone goes crazy about and I love. I use it like every day. And then let's kind of sheer it out a little. Oh, yes. Okay, so that's it kind of blended out. So you see when it's kind of blending out, you get more of a little bit of a, I don't want to say orange, more of a terracotta rose color, which I think will be beautiful on everyone. I keep saying that, but these make me really happy. Alright, so I'm just applying this, and I'm going to apply it on this side. Just oh, this one's beautiful. Okay, I don't know which one's my favorite now. I'm going to build it up a little bit more just so you can see, because it looks a lot more intense in person than I know I want it to show up on camera. So this, man, I don't know now. This looks beautiful. I feel like I could wear this without any bronzer and this would just be beautiful. It could act as both my blush and my bronzer. I feel like this is such a gorgeous color. Like, it's definitely like the Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb of blushes, I think. Because that is like a universal shade, and I think this is just like beyond. Everyone will like this shade. It gives the perfect amount of warmth, but still gives a little bit of a bronziness as well as like the glow, obviously. And I feel like it's perfect. Like, do you guys see that? It has like the perfect combination of all the shades, like a little bit of pink, a little bit of red, some berry, some brown. Gorgeous. All right. All right, so that is my first impression in swatches of all of these blushes. Now let me give you some final thoughts. So if you didn't notice, I am completely in love with these products. I'm just taking the makeup off my hand. It took me a little while to buy them because I think at first I went in, I think at first I was intimidated by the colors and I kind of wished they were a little bit more muted, but they're perfect as they are. I'm probably going to end up buying like the rest of the line, honestly. I'm really glad I started with these three colors because I feel like these three colors are like what make up a blush collection. You have your cool tone pink, you have a little bit more of a natural berry, and then you have your everyday warm, kind of bronzy, beautiful blush. I think these are all really unique, and as far as the texture, they don't feel goopy. A lot of times if you apply a cream cheek product, even some of my favorite cream bronzers, they kind of clump up a little bit and you can feel the difference between that spot on your face and the rest of it. I like having glowy skin. I don't like to set things, but I do not like a sticky, tacky feeling. So I think these are absolutely perfect. I can't stop looking at myself in the mirror. I should probably do the other cheek, but it's fine. So yeah, I definitely would recommend everyone. If I had to recommend one, I would say Rose Latte. I think that one is my favorite. But if that's not your color, any of the colors on the website, I have no doubt will work for you. I mean, I'm very pale. I'm usually the first color in foundation, if not the second. So I'm very fair. And then as well as you just look online and you see those stock photos, and you know because it's Fenty that these stock photos or promo photos are not lying. They're not trying to be something they're not. They're not trying to give you an unrealistic expectation. That's the word. They really do apply just like I thought they would based on the photos. And I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better. These are definitely going to be my new favorite blushes. I am interested to try other formulas like this. I know the Selena Gomez line, I have it, it's on the way. And I'm excited to try those liquid blushes, but these are perfect. They're sheer but buildable, they're creamy but dry down.
they're gorgeous, and I think the color range is spectacular and it's fun without being, you know, unrealistic colors to where the point you're never gonna wear them. And if you see a color online that you think is beautiful, but you're like, oh, that's way too bright for me, try it. I know we can't swatch things in Sephora right now, but just try it. Give it a chance. If you really like one of the colors and you're just afraid it's gonna be too bright, I promise you, I think it'll work. I promise you, I think. But really try it because I think they're really gorgeous and the formula is incredible in my opinion. Alright, so that is my full review on the Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blushes from Fenty. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm just going to be staring at myself in the mirror, getting to know this blush. We're on a first date, and it's going really well. So, thanks guys, bye.